One ring sits in three completely different worlds. A bishop receives it at his consecration. A biker wears it to a rally. A collector locks it in a safe.
The same design, an oversized stone on a heavy carved band, worn for three completely different reasons. This is the bishop ring, 1,400 years of church power, a Greek myth that isn't Greek, and the most distinctive statement ring a man can wear. The bishop ring, the episcopal ring, is old. It appears in a papal decree as early as the year 610. By the Council of Toledo in 633, the rule was set. A bishop who lost his office and won it back received three things again: his stole, his ring, and his crosier, the shepherd's staff. The ring wasn't jewelry. It was a marriage. It bound the bishop to his diocese, and to take it off without the pope's permission was a serious offense against church law. And the stone marked the rank. Bishops wore amethyst, cardinals wore sapphire, and the pope wore something else entirely. The ring of the Fisherman, a gold signet showing St. Peter casting his net, first recorded in 1265. It sealed the pope's private letters, and the moment a pope died, an official called the Camerlengo took that ring and struck it with a hammer, shattering it, so no forged document could ever be sealed in a dead man's name. As for which hand, by the 9th century the convention was fixed. Right hand, ring finger. It still is in the church today. Over the centuries, the design branched into 5 recognizable styles. Learn them, and choosing one gets a great deal easier. First, the Cathedral. A large oval or cushion amethyst, often 15 to 20 carats, set high with filigree crosses on the shoulders. It's the closest thing to what a working bishop wears today. The Crosier carves that shepherd's staff, the hooked crook, right into the band. A quieter symbol. Most people miss it until they don't. The cross dominant flips the hierarchy. The cross becomes the main event, the stone a supporting player. It reads more modern, less overtly clerical, which is why secular wearers reach for it most. The Fleur-de-Lis sets 2 stylized lilies flanking the stone. French royalty, Catholic iconography, and the Holy Trinity, all in one mark. Ornate, but only half religious. And the Statement Gemstone breaks from tradition entirely. The same heavy structure, but the amethyst swapped for something louder. Ruby, sapphire, onyx. Because in this ring, the stone was never just decoration. Each one carried a meaning. Amethyst, piety and a clear head. Ruby, authority and the blood of Christ. Sapphire, heavenly grace, the cardinal stone. Black onyx, mourning and strength. Garnet, constancy, the warmth of ruby at a gentler price. There's a practical side to the choice too. Hardness. On the Mohs scale, ruby and sapphire sit at 9. They shrug off decades of wear. Amethyst sits at 7. Fine for daily life, but it gathers soft scratches over the years. Onyx and garnet, softer still, better kept for dress occasions than heavy work. Which raises the real question. Of all the stones, why amethyst? The popular answer is a Greek myth. Dionysus, drunk and angry, chases a maiden named amethystos. A goddess turns her to white crystal to protect her, and the god, weeping, spills his wine, staining the stone purple forever. It's a beautiful story. It's also completely invented. Written by a French poet, Rémy Belleau, in 1576. No ancient Greek ever told it. The truth is plainer and better. The Greek word amethystos simply means not intoxicated. Purple was already the church's color of penance, a stone that meant not drunk, worn on the hand of a man whose authority demanded restraint. The symbolism was perfect. For 5 centuries, fine amethyst ranked with diamond, ruby, emerald, and sapphire. It was a cardinal gem, rare and priced like it. Then, Brazil happened. In the early 1800s, enormous amethyst deposits surfaced in Minas Gerais and Rio Grande do Sul, and the price collapsed almost overnight. Jewelers quietly dropped amethyst from the cardinal list, but the church kept it. The meaning was too deep to replace, and now it was cheap enough to give every new bishop in the world one last secret in the stone. Amethyst is only quartz, colored purple by natural radiation deep underground. Heated past 400 degrees, and the purple turns gold. That's where most of the world's citrine comes from. So how do you wear something with this much history without looking like you're in costume? One rule above all: 1 ring per hand. A bishop ring is a solo act. Stack it with other statement rings and it turns to clutter. The church says right ring finger. In real life, the index or middle finger often sits better. The wide band needs room to breathe. Try it on each before you size it. And context configures the sentence. The same gold amethyst ring reads man of taste with a dress shirt and biker with a leather jacket. A black onyx cross with dark streetwear reads fashion. None of them wrong. One more thing worth knowing. It isn't a class ring, and it isn't a signet. The bishop ring is the one with the raised stone and the carved religious band. Once you see it, you can't mistake it. Care is simple. Warm water, mild soap, no ultrasonic cleaners. Keep amethyst out of long, direct sun. Ultraviolet light slowly fades the purple. And take it off before you grab a wrench or a barbell. So, which one is yours? For a consecration or an ordination gift, the answer is easy. A cathedral amethyst, the way it's been done for centuries. For everything else, let the stone do the talking. Amethyst for tradition, ruby for authority, onyx for the man who'd rather not explain himself at all. 14 centuries, 3 worlds, 1 unmistakable ring. The full guide, every style, every stone, is linked below.